get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
MaddenHeadz YouTube, what's going on? It is your boy, Coach DC, coming back at you today with another video. And so today I thought we'd talk a little bit about defense. Seems like one question I'm asked almost on a daily basis. That was a nice switch stick right there. Is what defense do I run and what are my adjustments? And so in terms of defenses, I can tell you what playbook I run. I run out of I run the Kansas City defensive playbook, but I run like a bunch of defenses out of that particular playbook. So y'all see, I'm never in one particular thing. It just kind of depends upon where the offense or the spirit leads me. Yeah, you know what I mean. And so for me, it's more in the line of, all right, am I on my defensive clock-in technique? Am I taking away the things that the offense wants to do? It's not always necessarily about getting the stop all the time, because you're just not gonna stop everybody on this game, just the way the game kind of moves like that. But it's like, all right, is this person, is his offense, is it on time? Is it just a bunch of busted plays where he's just scrambling around and waiting for somebody to get open? It just depends upon what's transpiring on the field. And so I run a lot of hybrid coverages, meaning, zone with, maybe one or two guys manned up, or maybe man-to-man with one or two guys dropped off in zones. So adjustment-wise, I'm still, my flats are at 5 and my curl flats are at 20. Now, reason being, I know a lot of people do that the opposite way. Reason being is because I like to be able to go from a, when I'm in a cover 3, because I give a lot of cover 3 looks, I like to be able to go hard flats, and I like to be able to double Mabel on a particular side, naturally, just by dropping maybe a defensive end or a linebacker, or somebody who might be blitzing, maybe one of the blitzing slot corners or something to that effect. But it's all really based upon, based around like the defensive clock-in technique stuff. If you don't know what that is, man, go to the Coach DC 404 website. Grab some material. And actually, I do have a really good defensive virtual session. It's actually, what is it called? It's called Building Better Defensive, More Consistent Defensive Principles. Yeah, it's actually one of my best virtual sellers. And so, yeah, it's really good, talking about like a lot of the in-depth stuff that I do from my zone, how I build my zones and all that kind of stuff. Some good pressure packages, all kind of stuff in there. But like I said, when it comes to just the base of it, no matter what I'm in, I'm using that defensive clock-in technique. Like I talked about, I think it was maybe in yesterday's video or maybe the day before. I use it a linebacker a lot. I'm not really big on using the safeties too tough, because I gamble too much. And so sometimes I take myself out of that position, and it always seems like people take advantage of that. And so I try to stay on the linebacker, but I don't have any problems using the linebackers. And plus, when you can switch stick and all that kind of stuff, it's crazy. My thing is just try to keep my guys in close proximity to the place that they're actually supposed to be, even when I'm trying to disguise it, you know what I mean? And so if I'm going to switch stick, I can kind of cover the weaknesses of the defense. But defensive clocking technique just gives you like stuff like that, being able to jump, bubble screens and all that kind of stuff. And so for me, it's more about doing whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing with the user, and then letting the guys around me work, in unison with what I'm doing. And so, yeah, if you guys who know what the defensive clocking technique, you know what I just said. And so it's like, if you can kind of master that, defense you shouldn't be having too many problems defensively on this game. I just really haven't seen a whole lot of stuff that's just totally impossible to stop at this point. I mean, yeah, it's some annoying stuff out there. Don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean. For the most part, if you can kind of, get your zones right and you're, proficient at the switch stick thing, then yeah, I mean, like I said, sometimes you're not gonna be able to stop everybody, but it's like, all right, can I throw the offense off schedule early enough in the game, so where I know, by the time we get to midway through the third, to the beginning of the fourth quarter, I should know pretty much all of the looks and where everything is gonna be, or at least what kind of route combinations this person runs, offensively. Are they like a person who's gonna run a lot of bubble screens or they're gonna try to run the quarterback, they're gonna run the double reverse pass, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and so it's just really at that point, it's about tendencies and just being able to make the guys that you control react, even if it's alignment. Sometimes I come from that era of when we used to have to play with the defensive linemen sometimes. So y'all see, I don't have any problem with moving with the defensive line or making plays. Sometimes when I'm going through my adjustments, I get stuck, like you see me get stuck on Ed Oliver right there, and yeah. But I'm still, as they say, I'm still an athlete. When the ball's in play, the ball is in play. I got to play the area that, where I'm at or whatever I'm trying to cover. It doesn't matter who it's supposed to be. Watch Mac get up. See? Yeah. And that's a defensive lineman getting up like that. I mean, I know he's athletic, but still, could mean Joe. Yeah. And so it's just like you got to play with whoever you're on once the play starts. I can't sit there and just panic and be like, oh, God, I'm on a lineman, they can't move. No, I got to go take away something. You know what I mean? And so as long as I'm able to move with the guy that I have, I know that there'll probably be limitations at some, at a certain point. As long as I'm not trying to cover a receiver or nothing like that. But I drop a lot of linemen out. You know what I mean? That's why I like to play with athletic defensive ends who have a little bit of speed and you know what I'm saying? They don't necessarily have to be the greatest coverage guys on earth, but you know what I mean? If they can just get to the flats quick. I used to run a thing called a cover 5. I still actually do that, and so you saw that probably a little bit on the adjustments on that play. Sometimes, if I go with the safety package or whatever, then yeah, sometimes I will, cover to that side and still have a 20-yard purple, or curl flat over the top of that, double Mabel. You know what I'm saying? And so it just, yes, it's a lot of confusion. But the key is that using the defensive clocking technique, you see how my guys respond. They're not just standing there in the areas. We talked about this before. They're gonna move. They're gonna respond. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make a play if they're close. Yeah, you see how he takes off and he's attacking the football. He's not standing there waiting to see what's gonna happen with the guy. And that's not to say that it doesn't happen, because Lord knows it does. But 9 times out of 10, if I'm on it, then yeah, the right things, happen at the right times, and my guys actually step up and make plays and not just sit back and wait on the guy to throw the ball right in front of him. And also, man, another thing, man, y'all should be using a lot of these double 1 coverage or double 2. Some of them slot guys. You just got to know which one it is, man. You can run a lot of disguise out of this, as you see right here. This was kind of sweet right here. And so yeah, I knew the safety was covering the guy, so I just gave the other guy the hard flat, and you see right there, he threw it right to him. Yeah, that's just, you know what I'm saying. You have to be able to disguise your stuff. Now that's for sure. You can't just. I always just laugh when I see people just come out in the standards, whatever the new blitz of the week was on the previous Wednesday. Like, it's like the first 6 guys I play on Ultimate Team are gonna be running that same blitz, and I'm like, oh God, man. Oh man, yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. But my thing is, man, I just would not be able to sit there and just run the same exact blitz that other people run. Nah, man, get your skill level up. Go get you one of those books, man. Y'all know what it is. Anyway, man, enjoy the rest of your evening. It is your boy, Coach.